TRIXXI'S, welcome to the underground. I was a little late. Today's been crazy. This whole week has been crazy. I'm crazy, and I just had a ribeye, so I'm kind of stuffed. I hope I can still tell some jokes, because I'm kind of like ready to burst, ready to blow up. Some people thought I went to Taylor Swift with all that stack of money I had last week. It wasn't real. Don't you guys know when I'm joking? You've known me for like 2 months now. We're like friends now. Yeah, okay. This is not, I know it looks real, but I don't have this kind of money laying around. Maybe half the stack. No, I did not go see Taylor Swift. But you know what? Listen to this. I just have to start off with the Taylor Swift stuff. Her teenagers, whoever's following her, the Swfties they call them, they're putting on adult diapers so they won't miss any. You couldn't make me put on adult diapers unless I was like 80 and I couldn't hold it. But they don't want to miss her wardrobe. They don't want to miss a song. But let me just tell you guys something. You know how many concerts I've seen in my life? I remember like snippets of a concert. I don't remember anything. All I remember is they were good, they weren't good. That's it. But that's a little extreme. But I guess if you're spending thousands of dollars, you know, maybe you're going to put on the diapers, but maybe they want to be astronauts. I don't know. And then they're experiencing post-concert amnesia. They don't remember anything. Oh, I think that's funny. See, it takes me a while to forget stuff, but that's like a 3.5 hour show. You think so? You think they're drinking or doing other things? But they're like putting videos on TikTok saying they have post-concert amnesia. I think it's so funny. These kids are cracking me up. In Charles Manson news, Leslie Van Houten is about to be released from prison after 50 years. Can you imagine? She was like the most normal one. She stabbed the LaBiancas like, I don't know, 17, 18 times, spending over 50 years in prison. So what do? They just let her out? Here you go. What do they do after they get out after 50 years? I almost would want to stay back in there. How do you like adjust to life after being in, I guess she was a model prisoner, but how the heck do you go on and go with it? Who's going to hire you? Yeah, I was a Manson follower. I don't know, but yeah, I just feel, I thought she was the most normal out of all the stabbers, out of all the followers, but, you know, they finally are letting her out. And Joran Vandersloot is coming home. He's coming to Alabama to face the extortion charges on Natalie Holloway. He'd rather do that than be in a Peruvian prison. And I know you guys hate it when I talk about Vanderpump. There's only one more episode. One more. I got my mother addicted to it. It's so funny. She's watching the reunion where Raquel walks in. Sandoval, he has that band. He's an awful singer. He's got the most extras. Tom Sandoval, whatever. There was somebody holding up a Team Ariana sign. He had them thrown out. So much for freedom of speech at his shows, right? But yeah, I saw a little snippet of the concert. I'm like, oh, how can anyone listen to that voice? He's awful. The reunion was so good. Of course, James keeps getting up out of his chair, and he says, "I can't help it. When Sandoval speaks, I gotta pee." Because he gets all mad. Do you have to pee when you get mad? I know when it's cold I gotta pee, but I don't know about being angry and I gotta go pee. At the lunch break, Sandoval was trying to sneak in to see Raquel in her trailer, because of course she's like 100 feet away from Sheena with the restraining order, and the cameras were rolling, and he's like, "Get the cameras off, man!" He's like losing his mind because he wants to like tell her what lies to tell. He was so good at playing the victim, and my mother's like, "Does he normally cry like that?" Yeah, when he's playing a victim, he's a horrible actor. I don't feel sorry for him. Ariana wouldn't let Raquel sit next to him. She's so angry. She's got a reason to be, but it's just the lying. It's the lying. He thinks that they got together in January. That's his story. And Scwartz is selling him out, saying, no, it was August. And then Sheena just came out and said when she got married, Raquel was going with someone who was off camera, staying in the room. And then she said, no, production won't allow you to stay in the room. So that's probably how her and Tom got to sleep together. Boy, they're good. You know, I could never remember what to say lying like that. How do you remember all your lies? I think that they're trying to maybe open the door for Raquel for next year. She's still in the mental health facility, by the way. I guess he's at the airport and there's crazy fans everywhere. They're recording him talking on the phone. And he's like, "I'm in effing Pittsburgh." and he's talking to Raquel, and it's so funny that people are around him like snapping photos. Yeah, I hear that annoying voice. It's his. So during like the breaks, they show. Everybody thinks the record's off, but of course Bravo's like going to show everything, going to show him sneezing. And it shows Tom staring at himself like that narcissist thing. I mean, it's disgusting. I swear if I was with him, I'd shave his mustache right off and chop the little strand of hair he's got in the front. He was cute last season. You know, he looked like a normal like boy. Now he looks like he looks like The Fly. You know that movie, The Fly? That's what he looks like. James was talking about like how bad it was with Raquel's family. I think he's trying to make himself look better. But he said that Raquel's mom talked about his penis size at the dinner table. Yeah, it's a lovely dinner conversation. Let's keep it up. And I guess his girlfriend now made James see a therapist. She's like, I think all men should. I think we all should see a therapist. Never mind. So at the end of it was so funny because it was all stressful before Raquel came out. And Scwartz, who's not even really involved in this, it's Sandoval, he took out a bottle of Xanax. Can you imagine? He's popping pills during the reunion, during the filming. And then they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got pills on hand? And he's like, here. I'm like, yeah, you should pass them out to everybody. And he threw them at Ariana. But I think he should have passed them out to every one of them. This is why I love the show. It's just so funny. Schwartz was going to be, did you know he was going to be a medical doctor? Can you imagine that? Thank God, because he just chose to be a drunk instead of a medical doctor. It's just so funny. But what else is going on? Should I get out of this? Raquel's getting death threats. Which, come on guys, get a life, you know, who cares? This nail company, you know how Tom's got the white nails? They started something called For Everyone But Tom Sandoval. That's the nail polish. For everyone but him, because he's ruining white nails forever. They're making so much money off this. It's so funny. Just one more thing before I go on. That when he slept with Miami girl, she said she had Mildred, which you guys know what I'm talking about once a month. I call it Mildred. And he wanted to have sex with her, and she's like, no. He made her prove that she had Mildred. Can you imagine how disgusting and horny he was? And he did it anyway. Oh, I'm getting sick. The New Jersey Housewives reunion. Just a couple things before I go on. Margaret and Teresa at each other's throats again. Teresa called Margaret the devil, and Margaret called her a criminal. I just think that's the only. I'm not really into it anymore. I think I'm going to stop watching it. I think Melissa's going to go. Teresa accused Melissa of making her go to jail, of calling in the feds. I don't think that's true. It's not. It's like it's getting old at this point, you know. Okay, I promised this last week. I wanted to talk about that House of Hammer, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time. Oh, that is crazy. We got to save it because I need about 15, 20 minutes just to talk about how sick he is. But I told you I'd talk about Love to Love You, baby. Love to Love You, Donna Summer. I forgot she was born in Boston. Pretty cool. It depressed me watching that. I can't believe I thought, disco, happy. She was just miserable. She thought about killing herself. And the maid came in when she was about to jump and saved her life because I think something got caught when she was trying to jump out the window. Anyway, the song Bad Girls, which I love Bad Girls. She figured out, she's like, that song needs a hook. And so how do you call a hooker? I don't know. How do you call a hooker? Toot toot. Hey, beep beep. Is that funny or what? I just think I love that stuff. This is why I watch this stuff. The little things are cool. She didn't really like her persona of being like a black hooker. Can you believe it? You know how they made her look on the Bad Girls album. And I thought she was gorgeous, So that duet with Barbra Streisand, Enough is Enough. You know how Barbra Streisand holds that long note? Donna Summer passed out while they were recording that. So Barbra Streisand held the note while Donna Summer was on the floor. And then she's done with the note. She's like, are you okay? That's how professional Barbra Streisand is. I love that. I love that story. Love to Love You, Baby was the first hit she had. And it was like a couple minutes long. And I guess the producer or the owner of the Casablanca, whatever, I don't know who it was. He was at a party and he played the song. And they kept saying, play it again, play it again. So he said, wow, this is too short. 17 minutes. I didn't know that song was 17 minutes long. But yeah, she had to have a couple orgasms in that one. I'll tell you, the concert footage that they had of her, she sounds just like she does in the studio. I've seen her live. It was excellent. But this was like years ago, a long time ago. I just remember some like security guard that was kind of like Gestapo walking up and, some people take their job seriously. Like, what are you doing? What are you, crazy. That's what I remember about the show. I don't even remember. I remember she was good. But isn't it funny that the things you remember and the things you don't? I don't remember anything else. I don't remember all the songs she did. It's awful. But the Swfties, a couple of years, you're going to have no memory at all. So she felt taken advantage of. She said, oh, this is bad. The record business is like being raped and abused over and over again. She wasn't compensated for selling millions of records, which I guess is common. I think that's common. She was involved in a lawsuit at Casablanca at the top of her career. So they settled. She became the first artist to sign with Geffen Records. Yeah, I love it. Of course, she said money doesn't make you happy. We all know this. You can be miserable with money. I know a lot of miserable rich people. She felt like she was wearing an evening gown that was too tight. That's interesting, like in her life. She couldn't be herself. That's like the worst thing for me, is like not being able to be who I am. I can't imagine like going through life where you can't be who you are. She felt stupid, that God would never forgive her for things that she'd done. I think she was molested by a pastor when she was young. Why do the women feel guilty? I don't really kind of get that. Like, I'm the type that would be mad at somebody who, of course, I've never been through this, but I don't understand when I hear the people that have been raped or sexually abused where they blame themselves. It's like, no, it was the sick guy who did it to you. I just think she was the first female black artist to have a video on MTV. Why did I think it was Michael Jackson? I had no idea. And it was She Works Hard for the Money, which my mother says is me. I work hard for the money. She said that's the song that people most identify with. And I'm thinking with her, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking Bad Girls. Hot Stuff, Bad Girls. Men, of course, think of Love to Love You, Baby, of course. The Orgasm. She went with drunk, abusive men, controlling men. Who the heck hasn't been like in a toxic relationship? Why do you think I'm not in one now? She was afraid to be alone. You know what? Let me tell you something. Being alone is better than being with someone crappy. I'd rather be alone than but with anybody. I'm going through this now with somebody I know. I don't want to say who it is, but kind of like going crazy because his girlfriend broke up with him, and I'm like, come on, it's okay. Just go do something that you like to do. And with me, it's my bicycle. And Bravo. It's got to be, if they take off these Bravo shows, then you're going to see me depressed. I guess one of her boyfriends beat her unconscious. Can you imagine getting it that bad? He said he hit her and then never forgave himself. Which I'm glad he admitted it. I don't understand. I guess people that have a low self-esteem, like water seeks its own level kind of thing. Then she got in a little gay trouble. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Now, geez, a lot of gay people liked her, including me. And I never knew that about her, that she was, I knew she was born again, but I didn't know she was anti-gay. They made a big deal about it, and I guess, I don't know, the gays kind of went after her a little bit. It kind of hurt her a little bit, and then she kind of had to issue something like saying, I didn't mean it. It was taken out of context. I didn't, I know people kind of calm down too, because you got to understand people like that. They're not hateful. It's kind of like an ignorance, I think. I don't think that they attributed stuff like AIDS is God's punishment on gays. She never got over that. I don't think she ever said that. I can't imagine her even saying that. She ended up saying what's in your life is your business. Remember Anita Bryant? I remember when I was growing up, Anita Bryant saying the same kind of thing, and all the gays went after her. Did they throw tomatoes at her? I'm not real sure. But then at the end, she kind of made up and said, live and let live. Really, it's better off. Like, just calm down with all this stuff. I was going to say something about Chick-fil-A. All the boycotts that the conservatives are boycotting the beer and everything, and then women. I guess Chick-fil-A's, they're anti-gay kind of, but they hired some diversity guy. This is what I say. Let's get everybody together with some diversity stuff, like pro-gay stuff, and have the conservatives starve themselves where they can't eat or drink. Then they'll have to come to Jesus moment. But I kind of like that. Like, everybody should come together in this hateful time, Did you hear J-Lo and Ben dropped $60 million No wonder she did that crappy movie that she just did, Shotgun Wedding. I just saw that movie this weekend. Don't bother. It was so dumb. I couldn't get through it. I'm like, Mom, done. Jennifer Coolidge was funny. She's always... Their house has 24 bathrooms. I don't even have like 10 friends. What do you mean 24 bathrooms? Why do you need that much? I don't understand it. So they just outlawed child marriage in Connecticut. I didn't know that was legal. One of the last states in the region to ban the practice. You guys are worried about the gays. So 83% of these unions were between girls and adult men. Where's all the conservatives now? Talk about it. They're talking about grooming. Come on, guys. There's a bug. My mom taught me how to do this. Mass shooting in Florida. All the people running into the water. Just crazy stuff. I'm happy where I live. I'll tell you, I'm pretty proud where I live, and this is the best. I always tell people, why are you leaving Mass? This is the best state. Number 2 in healthcare in the country. We're number 2. No mass shooting. Of course, I don't want to say that because who knows? You never know what can happen. But, all right, I think I've gone through everything, have I? I think so. Next week, House of Hammer. If you like me, subscribe to me, or you can email me, TRIXXI'Podcast@gmail.com. I know I'm a little hyper. I just had a steak and everything else, and I'm full. I had a bunch of coffee, and I drove here like a maniac. So thanks, you guys, for watching. I appreciate your support and gaining every week. Want more subscribers. More subscribers. Give me more. But thanks so much. I appreciate it, okay? You guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you again next week.